reporting on the games you love by people who love to game. The MMO Reporter Network. You're listening to LOTRO Reporter on the MMO Reporter Network, brought to you by Audible.com. Get a free audiobook download at audibletrial.com/MMO Reporter. And by Doghouse Systems. Choose your weapon at doghousesystems.com.
Welcome to LOTRO Reporter, episode 230. I'm your host, Cari, and as always, I am joined by the Minion Master himself, Layanor. How are you doing, Layanor?
Hello, Minions. We're back together again, aren't we?
Yes, we are. I go on vacation, and I don't know what happens. I was at the beach, and I have a suntan from a Washington State beach, believe it or not.
Oh.
It was lovely.
We heard rumors that you were getting drunk all over the place.
Not all over the place. Maybe at the cabin we were staying at, but not all over the place.
One of those cabin in the woods type of thing.
Cabin on the beach, yeah, something like that.
That's
Gorgeous sunsets, got to see a little bit of the blood moon, and then like, it's cloudy, we're tired, we're going to bed. But
I see.
yeah, we were pretty boring. So, but I'm glad to be back. You guys did a good job. I know the show got out a little late, but it is up.
Yep.
So you should have one to listen to, and then this one to listen to shortly.
That is true. So yeah, if anybody did miss last week's show, I did have a lot of problems with it, and it came out almost a week late. So if you're looking for episode 229, please go to the website and check it out there. Again, sorry, we were pretty late with that, but when Carrie's gone, things screw up.
Oh, yeah, that's totally yeah, my fault, is it?
Well, I'm not saying your fault. It's just I'm really bad.
All right, I will not touch that one. Well, I'm glad you were able to find a couple of hosts. They sound like fun people. They sound like pretty cool.
There's a couple of guys that I've been playing with for quite a while, and they have good chemistry. They've been playing, a couple of years on LOTRO, and they're always in Ventrilo talking and joking around. So I knew dragging them on the show against their will, the show would have been pretty cool.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. I do have a question. You were talking about soloing something in the moors, and you were using Greg or Gary or something. What is that?
Gary. It is a raid boss called Gargaroth or Gregoroth or something like that, and he's been nicknamed Gary.
Okay.
He's right in the center of the underground area of the moors, and once you kill him, your side gets a renown bonus for an hour.
Nice.
So people go down there and take him out whenever he's up. It takes a little while to get him down, and so it's a little complicated. You have to hit on him for a while, and then fumarolles come up, and you have to kill the fumarolles clockwise.
Okay.
And take them all down, and it takes a while for them to all go down, and then you can kill him.
Okay.
So it's a big time sink, and if any creep in the area sees this going on, they can call it out and put it in, chat, regional chat, or whatever chat that they use, and say, hey, these guys are trying to take this guy. We should take him out, and then they'll all come down there and start fighting us. So it's tricky to take him out.
Okay.
But that's what he is.
Okay. Gary, the big raid boss. All right. So we probably...
Gary's a big raid boss. Gary's a big raid boss.
Okay, Rourke is having problems with the video.
Bizarre.
Yeah, I don't know what the problem is. So Layanor, what have you been doing in game?
Well, there's been a lot of things to do lately. I helped my girl rank her warg a little bit. The computer that I'm on, if you guys have been watching my Twitter, you can see the computer that I'm working on, and it overheats pretty bad, and things are very laggy. So I went out there with good intentions to help her rank, and I just lagged the whole time, and I think I got her 15 points of renown.
Cool. So you just let her beat on you for a while, or?
No.
Okay.
We followed up, and I went to go attack the Freeps.
Oh, so you were on a creep as well.
Yeah, it didn't work.
Oh, okay.
Didn't work at
all. Okay. Layanor and a creep. That's just wrong, you know.
I actually did make a warg lately, and I named it Layanor with an E at the end. I thought I'd, switch up the name so people wouldn't figure out who I was.
Oh, yeah. That didn't work, did it?
No, it didn't. Well, I had, people messaging me, right away. As soon as I appeared in the area, people were messaging me. So, yeah. But I knew what I was, getting into, so. So I did play Warg for a while, and that was pretty fun. I've always figured that Wargs are pretty cool to play. But just like every other class out there, if you get into a big group, it's a lot more fun. So we'll see where that goes. My girl always plays a warg. That's her favorite class in the game, next to playing a captain. So I just kind of want to jump in there and see how it works. Since I do know people that play, on that side. Creep-wise.
And never mind that the creeps are overpowered right now, and you can rank up really quickly.
That's true too. Which I'm getting a lot of commendations for. It's really cool. Anyway, on Freep side, I did get to play a little bit. I played. I can't remember who led for Middle Earth at War. Yeah, I don't remember. I think I just kind of grabbed a group and just live streamed it. I went out there and fought for a while, so I'm at 19.21% right now, almost 20%.
Congrats.
Getting there. Let's see what else. Everybody has been farming Osdunus, the disease wing, and they've been farming a lot of the Moria grades. Way of the Smiths is the main one that they're farming, and they're farming these 4 first age weapons.
You better do it tonight because there's a patch tomorrow.
Well, it doesn't say patch; it says maintenance.
They're gonna patch it.
I'm just saying what it says.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all over GLFF today. You better get your stuff now. You better get your stuff now. But then when I looked at it, it just says maintenance. That the website's going down for maintenance. The game's going down for maintenance. My account .turbine or whatever is going down for maintenance. So there could be a patch. I think it's a little bit early because usually they patch something like this at the end of a festival.
Okay, that's true.
So they can do everything all in one shot. But we did see this last year too. When First Agers came out, there was a high drop rate, and people complained on the forums that First Agers are supposed to be a little bit more rare and not so, hey, look, I got 12 today, sort of thing. So
yeah.
They might be changing it up, or they might be keeping it because I don't know if you've heard about this since you've read the notes. In about 2 weeks and 2 months from now, we're going to gain another 5 levels.
I heard that. So what's the point of having First Agers, huh?
Exactly. So if they are giving them out like candy for now, I kind of see that as a good thing. It's something for me to do until I get to my next 5 levels. Or people just are complaining about that, where it needs to be more rare, and not thinking about that we're going to be ditching these weapons soon anyway.
True.
So I don't know. We might get a patch, we might get not patched. I don't know. And yes, I got a total of 5 first stagers, I think. But I've been farming for a week though.
Okay.
Since last week Monday. So I've gotten 5. The way our kin works is when you get one, if you already have your main weapon as a first stage, it'd be cool if you could give it to somebody else that needs one.
Okay.
You know, somebody that runs the stuff a lot.
Yeah.
So it all gets filtered through everybody's mains who are trying to farm this out, which is really cool. I think we got like 30-some people, their first stagers.
That is cool.
Which is great, you know, throughout the whole week. And yesterday I got one, and I was like, okay, who does this go to? And they're like, I think we covered everybody, so if you want to keep it for your second, keep it. I was like, oh, we covered that many people already?
That's a lot.
So I got a second first stage, and one dropped earlier today with a pug group. So I gave that one to my girl. So
okay.
So they're dropping. If you're out there and you're skirming and raiding for them, it'll drop eventually.
Okay, that's good to know.
What have you been doing other than getting drunk on the beach?
I have been festivaling. I'm actually currently festivaling right now.
Oh.
Yes, I'm running around trying to find. I don't have much luck finding the place where the fireworks are supposed to be set off. So I ran through Bree about 4 times. I'm very sorry, people who are watching the stream.
There's I don't remember what her name is. It's a little hobbit in Bree that sells a bunch of stuff. She just sits on her doorstep, really close to the horses. It's behind her house.
Yeah. There's like, it's supposed to be a whole bunch of them, but if people click them, then you don't see them, and they're not all available for you. What is the name of this festival horse that I just bought?
The horse of 7 stars.
Yeah, let's go run back up here and look, because I was going to try to write it out of Bree.
No, I like
it. To go. Okay, so now I look. So.
Yep, it's a black horse with a black blanket on it, and it's got 7 stars on it, and a really cool old, kind of like a Gondor kind of look.
Okay, did I not just buy this horse? I swear I just bought this. No, I bought the Carpison for the war steed. Never mind. I knew I bought one of them. Okay, what else have I been doing? Let me look at my notes. I did finish the epic story over on my Alley of Landerval. So I have completed the whole thing except for some of the epilogue for Mirkwood that takes like 12 people to do.
There were some people asking me, where does the book start?
Helm's Deep.
And Helm's Deep?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You basically get a letter from Gandalf that basically says, go to the proper time at Helm's Deep. So you have to finish the Helm's Deep story before you can get this, because you have to click the banner that takes you to the sunrise.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can talk to him and basically ride through Fanghorn and go from there. It's a very, very short book.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I was going to be very angry at Turbine, but it turned out that I didn't have to be angry at Turbine, and I don't want to give spoilers away, but they've made me cry once in the epic story, and I was very, very happy I didn't have to cry this time.
Oh.
Yes. So they I was very, very sad when I had to leave that one ranger in Isengard.
Oh.
Yes. I ran some 3-mans with you and Rourke. Well, actually, I ran some 3-mans with Rourke. You were just along for the ride. No.
Yeah. Waving my stick around like, hey.
Yeah, see, he kept hitting me with something, people. It's like all of a sudden my character would twitch like something had hit me, and I'm like, what hit me? And it was Layanor.
Yeah, the healing conviction makes it sound like you get smacked in the head. Don't know why. It's always been like that.
I don't know why either. It's very, very frightening. Okay, where's the horsey? Edward at Heidelberg. But yeah, and then I've done a little bit of the anniversary stuff. I've gotten most everything I need from anniversary on my main. It wouldn't hurt to do it on Ellie over on Brand New Wine, but yeah, it's the anniversary is not my favorite festival.
Yeah.
It's better than the spring festival, but it's not my favorite festival.
I like it that they actually did make it better as it progressed. The fireworks thing is cool. I was really happy to see something like that in the game. I didn't know why it wasn't for 4th of July, but I was kind of happy to see, all the cool fireworks. And they actually changed the animations and stuff when those fireworks were introduced. So I was like, wow, this is really cool. Mm-hmm. And then my favorite festival game of all time, the beer bashing
is back.
Game. They put that on the anniversary, so now I look forward to that every year so I can hit hobbits upside the head over and over and over. Oh. So yes, I love the anniversary.
Oh, that's good. I beer bashing makes me nauseous with all the jumping around, so I don't do that. Okay. Rorg said last night I can go from Woodhurst to Fangorn. It's the easiest way to do it. So I'm in Woodhurst. I don't remember where Woodhurst is. Okay, I think I got it figured out. And that's what I've been doing in game. So let's get some tunes and then we'll get to the news. We don't have a lot of news this week. Most of it dropped last week. The 214 player council invites have gone out. They have not officially announced it yet, but they have gone out. So check your mailboxes if you applied.
Yes. You might be on the players council.
Yes, sir. I think they invited 59 this year.
59?
Yeah, 59 people.
That's a lot of chairs that they have to try and find.
Yeah. Actually, most of it's virtual, huh?
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Like we were talking about earlier, there is going to be some downtime tomorrow, April 23rd. There's going to be scheduled maintenance. It's going to be 5 a.m. to 10 a.m. Mountain Time. Is that what that is?
No, that should be Eastern.
-4 GMT.
Yeah, should be Eastern.
Okay, Eastern.
Yeah.
Oh.
Go ahead.
We at the same time. I don't think we've ever done that. Across the streams.
Yeah.
The LOTRO game servers will be down, and all related websites will be offline as well, such as myaccount.turbine.com, probably the main website, and probably the forums. And that's about it. So they thank you for your patience and hope to see you back in game soon, as the letter says that I just read.
Yes, they hope so. All right. Let's not take my worst due to cost this one. I'm trying to look at notes. Bad idea. I went through the last 5 weeks of Hobbits to Isengard's notes. They must have run out of new questions because there wasn't a whole lot of new stuff. There were a couple of things that I did want to bring out that I noticed. Somebody asked Sapiens, how do you feel about server merges? And this was a pretty unequivocal answer. They don't talk about them, haven't talked about them, aren't planning on them, and don't believe they are needed. I don't know how much plainer you can get.
Well, I'm sure a lot of people do feel that some of the servers that they are on are pretty bare. And I think every game goes through that after a while. If they're not planning on server merges, and also they could just be saying this too, but if they're not planning on server merges, that means that they are making some decent cash on all of these servers still. So apparently they're doing all right.
Yeah, I would guess so. They did. Somebody asked him about the Fashion Maven, and
Yes, I was just thinking about this yesterday. I was like, man, I want that title. It's the Fashionable, I think it's called.
yes, or the Unfashionable, depending upon what
Yep.
it. They're looking at ways to get the title that might involve screenshots and other ways of getting it for rewards, but they are not. They're saying they're looking. They are not in the planning stage, but they're just trying to figure out options to get it back that wouldn't involve you finding a GM at the right time on the right server at the right day in your fancy outfit.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and think about the poor GM that's got to look around and just judge people by what they're wearing and stuff. I highly doubt they even did that. I'm sure they just like said, "Here, take this."
No, I think it was patient. Is it patience?
I know they did this 2 years ago. I know they didn't do it last year.
I think it was Patience that did all this. I think she was the one that kind of headed up um, the Fashion
The,
Maven kind of
I,
thing. And then when she left, there was nobody to do it because
mm,
this, I think, was her baby. Sapiens took everybody on a tour of the freeze tag fields and the tag fields. So if you don't know where they are, they can be found at 25.4 South, 50.9 West in the Breland. And
mhm.
freeze tag is at 26.2 South and 49.6 West in Breland. And they are up and running. So if you are bored one day, you can go play freeze tag.
Yep. I did that a long time ago, and so long ago that I don't even remember what happened. So,
Yeah, I've never
but I know the
actually
word.
play freeze tag. Um, Yeah, let's see. And then somebody asked about being able to obtain the quote unquote extinct titles and rewards, such as those from the old Eregion Unlock event. They've actually been looking at those too, trying to figure out if it's possible to make those like prize of, codable, basically.
hmm
So,
there are some cloaks in Estilden
yeah.
that how are they linked? There was an event, much like a war band, where what's her name? The main evil woman elf that book one was all about.
The Angamarian woman? Yeah.
Yes, she would go
Nimrodel.
around. She would go around with minions, orcs and stuff, and try and attack people.
Okay.
And if you could defeat her, I think she'd run off or something like that or whatever. Something would drop, and you could turn those in to get these really cool cloaks that were in Estelin. There was another way to get them. There were some items that dropped in the Agmar instances, not the ones that are on the instance finder panel, but the ones that are they're kind of clustered together, and I don't remember the names of them because it has been so long. But some of the bosses that are in that drop those items, and nobody runs that stuff, and it's really rare drop in the first place.
Okay.
So to see people get these cloaks are really, really nice and have not been, used over and over like some of these other patterns, and they haven't showed up in the Turbine store or the Lalila's store. Is that her name in
Yeah,
Bree?
Lila's. Yep.
Yeah, they have not shown up anywhere, so it would be very cool to get some of these older cosmetics. I would like to see a lot of the older cosmetics that people got from the ways of magazines and stuff that you can't get anymore. Maybe some pre-order stuff or something like that. So that stuff I would really like to get back because I'm kind of a collector when it comes to these cosmetic items.
Yeah, they did say they're up to 35 items like that.
I want them all.
Yeah. And anyway, they're looking. They're looking. I guess there have been some end quest bestowal issues going on, as in some of them are not available for people. Some of people might be a little confused about which quests they do and don't have and which quests are available. So they will be doing a patch in probably 13.1 to fix some of those issues. And I'm sorry, Layanor, golf is not going to be coming in the game anytime soon. Yeah, I know.
Why? I have the emotes. I
Uh,
have Chip. I have there's two other ones. Par. I think Par is one. Putt. That's
uh-huh.
one.
Yeah.
Chip, putt, and something else. Drive. That's what they are. They're all three. I have those. I
Yeah.
just need a ball.
Oh, yeah. You got that emote again too, didn't you? I got the golf emote again, the chip emote.
Yeah, they're teasing me.
And I'm like, but I paid money for that. Where's my stuff back? Not money, but you know what I mean? I like used
Right.
reputation points for that. I had to earn that.
Yeah, we need new hobbies. I really want to see new hobbies. Butterfly collecting, I pointed out before, that would be really cool to see butterflies and you just go up and catch it and, you got a panel. There you go. It's part
Mhm.
of your collection now. You little house cosmetic, put it up on your wall. Cool.
That would be
Um,
super, super cool. I got a couple of cool housing items at the end of the book. I thought they were pretty cool, but I'm not going to spoil it for anybody. But
mm.
Chris will not be happy that he got this. He would want to burn it in the yard.
Oh. You've piqued my interest.
Yeah, go finish that. I got the book done in like 2 hours.
Hmm.
And as people can attest to watching me play the game right now, I've just ridden my horse around for the last 15 minutes because I don't get places fast, and I'm lost again. So, yeah, and
Uh,
it didn't take me long at all.
uh-huh. Two other hobbies I'd really like to see in the game, and these are directly stolen from World of Warcraft. Um, is we have scholars that collect plants, herbs and leaves and stuff like that to make potions.
Hmm.
I'd really like to see that as a general hobby because in Middle Earth people do that. They all have these home remedy type of things, and if you have if you got some sort of poison, we could put this herb on it. And Aragorn does it. He does it really well because he's a king and kings are healers.
Hmm.
Having something like that in the game as a hobby would be really cool. It's just like a low end potion making type of thing. Another one is bandages. Bandages is with all the cloth that drops in World of Warcraft. What they did was they made a, I can't remember what it was, but it was like a hobby where you just kept making things. You kept making bandages with all of this cloth that you get, and it would level up and level up just like any crafting tiers would.
Hmm.
And what it would do is you'd be able to use a bandage as a healing potion. Like a low end one, but it kind of stacked with the things that you had already. So, just because you're gathering all of this leather and stuff like that, why not do something like that? That's kind of a cool hobby, or profession or whatever I think they call it, or what. But I can see that in Lord of the Rings as well. So we can do hobbies. I just wish that they would, or
Hmm.
take the S off of the hobbies guy and just make him hobby guy.
Yeah.
I'm ranting.
You are ranting a little bit, but that's okay. I'm not paying attention again. All right. I know you guys
You're
talked
good at
about the
that.
producer's letter, but I'm going to give you my thoughts because that was kind of a lot of news.
Yeah, we covered. I think that's been covered quite a bit, but yeah, we didn't hear anything from you, so
All
please go ahead.
right. So passive death and Dome Amaroth. Yay! That sounds cool.
Hmm.
My money's on session play for the Wayward Hobbits in the Dead Marshes. There's no reason for us to go there otherwise.
Yeah, I agree with you totally.
I think it's really cool that we get to go see another city, Great Port, and do some cool stuff that way.
Hmm.
Um, Bears? Bjornings? I think I called it. Didn't I call it? No, I thought it was going to be Dunedains.
I don't know. I know the Christmas special you did say a new race or a new class. I think you did.
Hey, I got one!
I think you got one. I'm pretty sure you said one.
Yay! We'll have to check that. I think it's kind of odd choice, but okay.
I think everybody thinks it's an odd choice. Don't know. I don't know why they picked that. Well, I know why, because it's popular with Hobbit movies.
Yeah, I know why they picked it, exactly. I have a super sad face over no housing update.
Yeah.
I understand their point.
Yeah.
We've got so many resources, and we've decided to use our resources on X. That I get.
Right. I'm glad that we got the mailing stuff updated. So I'm happy with that. I can wait on the housing stuff for a while.
Yeah, I think it's not coming at all.
We'll have to see.
Yeah. The kinship creating deeds and stuff like that. That sounds like a lot of fun. That sounds like a super lot of fun to get deeds
Yeah,
and
that seems
stuff done for
cool.
kinships. It'd be super cool if they could let us upgrade our kin houses with our deeds, but I don't think that's going to happen. See the
Probably
last
not.
item with my sad face.
It would be kind of nice if they actually gave us different looks for our houses.
Okay, yeah, that would be cool. Rourke said I said Dune and Dane.
Oh. Well, Rourke, look it up. It would be cool if they gave us different looks for our houses instead of just, the standard box houses put up for, cheap.
Yeah. The subdivisions that they just threw up, and every one of them looks the same. Hobnobbigans will be coming, better known as Chicken Hockey. I think they listened to the show.
This came out before the show.
No. Bill called it Chicken Hockey back when he was guest hosting in January.
Oh.
Bill.
We better go patent that.
Yeah, that and In Play. We should have patented both of those. Yeah, not delayed, canceled. I'm getting lots of instructions on how to get to Fangorn, but I'm just going to keep talking because I need to pay attention to what's going on. Sorry, guys, you get to look at my map for a while. I know that's rather boring, but we're trying an experiment. Osgiliath. So it looks like we're going to get some pretty exciting stuff in 2015. Close to Minas Tirith and all that good stuff. So that's kind of exciting, but that means we're getting toward the end of the books. Of the main book. Does not mean that we're getting toward the end of all of the epilogue stuff.
Right.
Okie dokie. We got some new stuff in the store. There's a third age item trove.
What is that?
I think you spend 195 turbine points and open it up and get a bunch of third age stuff. I haven't tried it.
What?
Let's look. Let us look in. Hey, I'm in game. I can look at this, and that will give.
Buy 5.
I'm not going to buy 5. I need to save my turbine points for the
Third
pretties.
Age item trove. This item delivers a box of unidentified Third Age legendary weapons or items for you to choose from. Out of the box, you are able to pick one to keep and level how you see fit.
Oh, okay. So you have to choose one. Okay, chat room. Notice how slowly the store is running for me. I don't know if it's running slow for anybody else, but Layanor on his credit computer got there faster than I did.
Sure did not, because I used the website.
Oh, okay. You can also have the option to select a War Street bridle at 75 or higher. I think I'll just go to the auction house and spend in-game gold for this. Not
promotional points, though. You get plus 10 promotional points for 395 turbine points. The promotional points that's the epic battle points that you get for completing Helm's Deep stuff. So you can go repair things quicker and tell officers to heal their troops quicker and stuff like that. You can buy that in 10-point increments and totally avoid epic battles if you want and max that out.
Yeah, that I don't know. I don't think I want to spend my turbine points on that either, particularly. Ooh, that person's got my favorite shoulders on, and it was in green. I might have to try that color.
Oh, jeez.
Um, buried in the patch notes was a notification of Turbine using Akimi Net Session instead of Pando. That replaces Pando.
Mm-hmm.
So they have put it on everybody's computer with update 13. You can delete it if you would like. So that's basically the gist of it. Once you've downloaded it, unless you're doing a fresh install, you don't need it.
So they gave us something that we don't need?
So they said we've introduced a replacement for the Pando-enabled client and downloader, but they use a non-peer-to-peer version of the Akimi Net Session client for the LOTRO launcher and wanted to update you on how we plan to utilize the service in the future. It allows you to deliver fresh client installations and assist with repair of missing or corrupted files in current game installations.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of assists. Okay.
Yeah, it uses the server farm that's geographically closest to you, so it's faster. They do not use the peer-to-peer version. They are not using that. And it says once you install the LOTRO client or patch the game to update 13, you can uninstall it from your computer, and it will not reinstall unless it is necessary to deliver a deleted file or a fresh installation. Typical game updates are not going to require the use of this stuff.
Okay.
So that's what the patch notes said. All right. Did you know that I know something Layanor doesn't?
Well, if you know something that I don't know, then that means that it is Cari Talk with Cari.
I guess it is. You didn't come up with anything else, did you?
No. Actually, I did log in. I was like, well, I wonder, what I'm gonna make a Did You Know on today. And I looked at the patch notes about hour before we did the show, and I was like, oh, she covered it. Awesome.
Yes.
Which is something I have been trying to figure out for the longest time. Even wrote Turbine about it and never got an answer. So please let us know.
All right. On last week's show, you were asking your host if they knew why there were colors on people's name in raids. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. I think I know the answer to this. If you look under the raid tab on your Shoso tab, there is a group 1 that is red, a group 2 that is blue, a group 3 that is green, and a group 4 that is yellow.
Okay. That makes sense, but when you look at the names and the people that are in the columns while you're fighting, they're all multiple colors in there.
Huh.
They're not all, like this column is all yellow and this column is all green. It's not like that. It's like a rainbow of colors, 4 different colors. There's a blue, red, green, and yellow, which it didn't make sense to me.
Yeah, I really do think it's got something to do with which group they're in.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that, like, for my particular, I always have trouble telling which group I'm in.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to heal that group because it doesn't always line up like you'd think it should.
Right.
And this actually helps. I'll go in and see which name I'm in, and then I can know which person to click on and figure it out.
Right.
Like which one's my tank for my group, because otherwise I can't tell, and you really don't want to heal the wrong group tank
right.
in a raid. But I think that's what it is. Let's see if the chat room has any suggestions. Oh, Fredulous says the background color is based on their class. You guys were totally right.
So by their class then.
Yes. If
I'm not
you
sure
use
if
the
that's
small
true
frames,
as well.
they color their name instead of the background.
Yeah, I don't know if that's true as well, because I kind of thought that too. I think Guardians were blue, and I think Wardens were as well, but there was something that didn't match up, like Captains. There was one that was yellow and one that was something else. There was a time where one class was 2 different colors, which really confused me. I had no idea at that point. Like, well, what the heck do these mean then? But I could be wrong. I might have been, seeing something else, thinking of something else too. So that could be it. So if anybody can confirm that, that would be great. This has been in my head for, geez, I think since December. Somebody's asked me about this. So if anybody can, confirm, cool.
Mm-hmm. That is cool. And that is Did You Know? Okay, I need to call Rorg, because now we need to talk to Rorg. Hang on.
Rorg!
Rorg can only hear me about 30% of the time, so I'm calling Rorg. Because we're going to talk about our three-mans. Should have called him while the music was going on.
Hello, are you there?
Hello?
Mr. Rorg. Is he there?
I tried to add him. I think I added him.
It appears.
There he is.
There, Mr. Rorg.
Okay. Hello.
Hi, Cari.
Can you hear Layanor? Or are you just ignoring Layanor since he's...
Fortunately, yes, I could hear Layanor.
Okay.
That was my best singing British voice ever.
Oh, dear.
I'll work on it for next week.
Okay. Well, we did three-mans last night, our first set of three-mans.
We did. And a good time was had by all.
Yes, and we only had one wipe. And it was kind of intentional.
Yeah, it became intentional.
We ran Warg Pens and Pits.
Pits of Isengard, yep.
Yeah. So what'd you guys think?
That was my first time doing Warg Pens. I really enjoyed it. Pits was kind of neat to go back into after you get the flooded version in 3.14.
Yeah, that was kind of cool.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
Dude, you have got to totally do these epic books. Really, you do.
I'm getting there.
And there's an old friend waiting for you inside.
I know. I was talking about that, how I was so happy I didn't have to be angry at Turbine. I thought I was going to be angry at Turbine.
Warg Pens, it's kind of unique. I liked it. The meat thing's kind of weird. It always reminded me of the old Pink Floyd thing. If you don't eat your meat, you won't get any pudding. It's something silly in my head. But the mechanics, like the first boss, is kind of neat. It's nothing really special, but it's kind of neat. And then at the end, if you do tier 2, it's a little bit of a challenge because you have to get all of the wargs to eat the meat that are in the room, and it takes some teamwork. You can't just flow right through that thing and just knock it out. You need some teamwork on that, and I've noticed that they've made some changes there. There used to be pillars in there that kind of messed with you, and there used to be a element that would make you cold and I think take more damage or something like that. It didn't really seem to do anything anymore. It's there, and I went by the fire to take it off of me, but it doesn't seem like it's really important to take off anymore. So I don't know. Mm-hmm. But I think it's I don't think that it's one of the best three-man instances, but it's unique enough for me to say, oh yeah, Warg Pens, that's pretty cool. Let's run through that.
Yeah, this one I've run a lot because we were trying to get the deeds done to get the Markwood horse.
If not for the challenge, it would have been very short, 15 minutes tops.
Yeah, but
we would have ran through right away. If we didn't do the eat your meat thing, we just would have slaughtered everything. Rorg does so much damage. Mm-hmm. So yeah, he's right. He hit it right on the head there.
Yeah, and then we did the Pits of Isengard, which I've done several times too, but it was fun, especially since we were so overpowered.
And yet you still managed to die.
It's totally not my fault that I got punted into the lava. He did it on purpose.
Hey, this is gonna be easy. Oh.
Hey, I made it all. Hey, I made it all the way to the lava room after the stinky room. So
Yep.
we were almost done when one of the silly things punted me into the lava and sent me back, flying back.
I used to like this one a lot. I never really got the chance to go through it tier 2 a lot of times. It was always tier 1, and people were just farming medallions, or I can't remember the Isengard token things that you got out of this. They would only farm one side, which is tier 1 or whatever. Yeah, it is tier. And some people like the poison side, some people like the lava side, but it was never always both. I did get to do both not long ago, I think, maybe around February, so I could just finish the deed and get it over with. Um, but I would have loved to run that on tier 2 over and over, but I do remember why. Excuse me. Why I didn't get to do a lot of the tier 2s when they were offered. And it's because the first boss in that instance used to be glitched pretty bad. And wardens were taking a lot of bleed damage or something at that time, and I literally could not stay alive in that instance for anything. So I remember that was a real big problem, and I had to just completely avoid that instance unless we were doing tier 1, which was a lot easier. So between the two, I think Ward Pens is more fun.
Yeah, Work Pens is a lot more fun. I like.
Well, of course, Work Pens is scalable, so it's not really a contest, if only for that.
Right, but we're kind of judging, by the way the instance feels, when you go through it, like the surroundings and the immersion, if we can even call it, immersion. Just the way that the whole area is designed, and like the boss fights and stuff like that, because we are going to be running through some really low level 3-mans too. So to compare that, we need to look at everything. But our makeup is going to make a lot of these 3-mans really easy. I mean, we have the triad, the holy triad. So we're going to have to kind of judge it by that. So for me, Work Pens was a lot more fun than Pits of Isengard.
Yeah.
I found the challenge in the Work Pens to be kind of an irritation more than anything else.
I kind of felt that
forces you to slow down.
Right. That is not the best challenge. I agree.
I actually really like the design of pits. The dual sides, forcing you to choose to get to one before you come back and try another if you want to.
Yeah, and there's no other instance that does that either. I think that's the only one.
Yeah, that you start through it and then get to a boss. So assuming Pits is, working to that first boss, it's a nice design, with the exception of the insta death and the lava, which I think is kind of a weak mechanic.
Shh, don't remind Cari.
I'm a healer. I die a lot anyway.
I'm suggesting it's not really her fault.
Thank you.
That amount of random death is actually a detraction.
Yeah, that's and it isn't that far to run back. I have died at the end of some of those Moria instances, and those are really painful to run back from the beginning. It's like, how do I get down to you guys again? Oh no, there are the orcs that we didn't kill the first time. Let's run away. But listeners, we will be running these Mondays at 9 PST, 12 Eastern. We've got about 9 weeks worth to run through. We're going to try to do to a Monday. They should be on YouTube, yes?
Maybe.
Okay, and they're definitely going to be on the Twitch replays.
Yeah, I need to look at the options, but yeah, they probably will be posted.
Okay.
We are voting on this though.
Okay.
So I'm voting Work Pens.
All right. I have to go with Work Pens too.
Ooh.
So, and Rorg, you voted for Pitts?
What is the actual question?
Your vote too, please.
What is the actual question? Let's put it like this.
Which one's your favorite?
Yeah, if you had to run them more often than others, which one would you do?
Well, under those parameters, I have to go with Warg Pens. For one, the speed would be nice, and lack of random death.
Yeah. Krell is suggesting that Warg Pens gets harder the higher it gets, because it seems to be harder to get them to stop attacking you and eat the meat.
We did have a couple of problems like that, yeah. We also had problems where Rog was too roggy and killed things very swiftly. I think that happened like twice, maybe. So, but they gave us enough works to repair the damage done, so that it wasn't really that big of a deal. But we did have some times where it looked a little hairy.
It did more or less lead to the one wipe we had when I had to split off to take a warg back to the uneaten meat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then it led to everybody's death.
Seemed like a good plan at the time, but then
it wasn't the best plan. But that's okay. We managed to get them to do what they needed to do.
So, do we have any votes from the chat room?
Krell suggested Rogue tries a frying pan.
We'll find one.
I have, wrong character. I have a frying pan or two. I bet pretzels work well too. My kin on Landreval would there's a certain day that they would go. It was like a certain Sunday, like the first of spring or something, and they would all go out and run skirmishes together. But the requirement was that everybody had to use pitchforks and frying pans and rolling pins and butter knives.
Oh, jeez.
And they had a blast doing it.
Awesome.
I'm pretty sure it wasn't, I'm pretty sure it wasn't like on level by any means, but still, when you're doing 2 points damage with a butter knife, it'll take a while to burn down even the level 20 stuff.
Well, I think Warg Pens wins it this week.
All right. And
so that means Warg Pens will be going on later on to fight whatever 3-man is up against it next time.
Yeah. All right. In time.
What are our targets this coming week?
Let me check. I got him in the dock. Library and Stoneheight. I think I might have to unlock Stoneheight. I'll put it on my list of things to do. Because I've got to go through, I've got to start the In Their Absence quest line, right?
No, you don't actually have to be in the quest line. Most of those, you just have to go to the place.
Okay. I haven't been there yet on that character.
Yeah, we'll get you there.
Okay, so we're doing Library and Stoneheight. All right, guys, we will do that on Monday.
Great.
Is this when we hang up on Rorg?
Yeah, I think so. Bye, Rorg.
Bye.
Aww. See you later, Rorg.
Yeah, he's hung up on. I was like, that's just mean. All right.
Someone's got to say something.
I was just gonna do it and then apologize later, or mute him. I was gonna mute him. In community, Winter Acres Ranch is doing their spring racing carnival. It's going to be on May 17th on Landreval. Starts at 10 a.m. EDT server time and continues till 10 p.m. server time. It's a lot of events.
Wow.
They have racing, and I believe knowing it's the LMB, they're going to be music. Let's see. We have one.
Do this once a year, or is there another race that happens too?
I think they have a fall one too.
Okay.
Yes, they're having 3 races in the morning, then a horse show, and then a break, and then another race, and then the formation riding team demonstration at the horse fields. You should totally go watch that. It is amazing how they get these horses to do stuff in formation. Then there's a rodeo and another race, and then the Brie Champion Cup is later that evening. And then there's a concert at 9 until when they finish up.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. They used to do a whole season. It was like a whole racing season.
Mm-hmm.
But they're doing the carnival. Yeah.
So we have a couple of letters and comments. This comment comes from Bundle Flower from Brandywine and Landreville, which is probably spelled wrong there.
I'll fix it.
This came just kind of out of the blue today to me in game, and she says, or this person says, "Hello, you don't know me, but I have to tell you, thank you for your help on your podcast. Being the only warden in my kinship, it's difficult to get help on the class, and your did you knows and your insight on being a warden is greatly helpful. Thank you. I want to tell you this for a long time, but I thought you were too busy or I was too small to thank you personally. So thank you from the bottom of my heart." Aww.
Oh, that is so sweet.
First of all, I would like to point out that you're not too small. We are a couple of fans of the game with microphones.
Yeah. Exactly. I still am absolutely flabbergasted that people point to something I said and pay attention to what I have to say every week. It just absolutely flabbergasts me completely. Yes.
That hits me every once in a while too, but I'm like, well, I like talking about the game, and people like talking about the game with me. So it's when you look at that way, everybody's a big fan of this game, and that's why we keep talking about it.
Yeah. So yeah, if you see Layanor, you can bother him and steal his pants. If you see me in game, please say hi. I'm Alinial on both Landerval and Brandywine. So you can always say, and most other MMOs. So if you see an Alinial running around someplace, that's probably me. We got another letter from Kevin. Yay! Thank you, Kevin. I love your letter.
Kevin.
He says, after the atrociously long letter that I recently sent, I will type this one in a much quicker and easier to read bullet point format. I did not think it was atrociously long. I just was a little long to read on the show.
This guy's really good with words, I have to say.
Yes. I did try to heal stuff. I finished up the Helm's Deep epic thing, the epic battles, and there were a couple that I had to finish that I had not completed. One of them being Glittering Caves, and I did try to heal things, and I didn't work, but I think I was in the wrong stance for that. So it says, have not been able to group heal HD soldiers in the big battles. I did try that, it didn't work, so he's right. But you must be in the healing, you can't be in the dissident stance, is what's the war speech stance it's called, or angry hands as I like to call it.
Angry hands.
He says to elaborate, minis can heal anything that can be damaged. So apparently I can heal banners like that. I'm going to have to try that again. And catapults and all kinds of stuff like that. And horsies.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, this festival's horse puts me at 99 mounts.
Gee, okay. I don't think I have that many.
So I need one more.
But then you won't have 99 problems.
All right, I'll stop there.
Okay. He has a great idea about how creeps can spend their commendations, and they can be released into the main world. They can take the creep to Isengard, sort of, and for a set amount of time, they get to go from the moors to Isengard without dying along the way. The quicker they get there, the more rewards they get. And they get buffs and debuffs. So if they're running around at night, they get a bigger buff. If they run around during the daytime, they get a debuff. And as the creep crosses a regional boundary, a server-wide message goes out, and people can go smack him in the face. That sounds kind of interesting.
That does sound pretty interesting.
Yeah, I can imagine okay, we're gonna all 12 of us get released at once and make a run for it. And then he has another question. How can Middle-earth support such a heavy load of predatory beasts, bears, wolves, and wargs? So there needs to be at least 3 times the amount of praise available. So he's right. There's not nearly enough rabbits and squirrels and bunnies type stuff to. I think the wargs, the goblins, though.
Not in game. I totally agree with that.
And his last and most important question is the cosmetic pet Huron going to be house trained? He doesn't want to come home to find his couch covered in leaves.
I did actually have a funny story about that. Somebody did get the Huron pets, and he didn't realize it, and he was kind of drunk, and he was running from it.
Oh.
This might have been in beta. I think this was in beta. But yes, some poor guy was drunk and was running from his Huron because he thought it was attacking him, and he couldn't hit it, so he kept running from it, and it kept chasing him.
Oh, that is hilarious. Why is this thing still chasing me? Oh. Quell tweeted at us after the April Fool's episode, and he's decided that we should lobby Turbine to make an Intrepid Reporter title that can be inquired in games and the forums.
I would like it.
That would be super cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can give that to all the podcasters out there and the people who write blogs and all that cool stuff.
Yep.
We have another letter. This one's for you.
Yes. A letter from Stuart. I think I called him Stuart last time.
Yeah, I think that's what
we'll call him Stuart.
Because I think that's his name.
He says, "Hi, Cari and Layanor. Show as always makes a great listen, though no show this week." Yes, I know. I have apologized. I may even put on pants just for you people. Though I would thought I would write a follow-up email. Wrote to you about a month ago asking Sir Ettins Layanor has had the opportunity to explore whether LOTRO Explorer could do a roundtable discussion on freak classes in the Ettins. I am sure you have plenty on your radar. Thanks for reading. Thanks for having problems read it, as my eyes say. I did get a hold of some people. I put it out there because we haven't had any roundtables since, the old Merrick ones from Casual Store to Mordor. And it would be really cool to have the roundtables about what to do out there in the moors, class by class, even creep by creep.
Mm-hmm.
And it would actually be really cool to do roundtables about classes in general. So, both things, it would be great. I did get a hold of a couple of people. I asked around. I asked some people over at LOTRO Players. They told me to get in contact with some other people that would be really interested in it. And we have a few people that are interested, but because we have to talk about all the classes, there are a lot of people that we need to pull in who are really good at their classes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So this is going to take time, and I can't promise anything. It might not get off the ground at all either. So we're just going to have to kind of see where it goes, but we do have a very, very small ball rolling at this moment.
Okay. So it's we're looking into it is the answer.
Yes, we are looking into it. I just wanted to kind of confirm that I have talked to a few people and there is some interest, and we'll see what happens.
Okay. That sounds like a pretty good show. Yes.
That was a pretty good show.
All right. So if you'd like to email us, as Stuart and Kevin have done, you can reach us at lotro.reporter@gmail.com. You can send us a tweet, as Krell did, at LOTRO Reporter. You can find us on Facebook. Search for LOTRO Reporter. Past Show Proudput puts his videos up on our page every week, so you can check those out. You can also leave us a voicemail at 616-666-6778, or you can use the widget on the right-hand side of the screen when you visit our site, which is lotroreporter.com. You can check us out on YouTube at youtube.com/user/MMOReporterNetwork. You can also check us out on Twitch at twitch.tv/MMOReporter. Again, if you follow us on Twitch, you will know when any time we go live on the MMO Reporter Network. Monday nights with the Three Mans, Friday nights with Middle Earth at War,
Rawr.
Tuesdays with the show, of course, and then we have MMO Reporter as well as ESO Reporter, Guild Wars Reporter on Wednesdays, and Defiance Reporter on Thursdays. And WildStar Reporter when Chris can get to it. So check us out. You can follow me on Twitter at @TheCariMac. It's TheCariMac. And how can they twit you, Layanor?
They can twit me at Layanor, Layanor, where you can twit me and I'll twit you back.
No, we won't.
Yes, I will.
All right. So thank you again for joining us, and thank you for listening, and for downloading the show. And as always, we really do hope that we will see you in game.